listeners live.
Oh, so we can see what's going live on the top.
Yes, we can. Yeah.
We're gonna have to
If anyone does have it open, it should be visible now.
Yeah, there's like a 20-second delay between what we're seeing.
make sure you know.
Yep, I need to mute that. Yeah, so the first 5 minutes of the show as well, it's just going to be on me. So if you do need to respond to Lou just as we go live, that's fine.
Apparently, no one's reaching on the screen.
Hello, welcome everyone to another episode of Blizzard Comedy's broadcast Avalanche, the first of 2021. Thank you all for joining. Who have we got in the chat? We've got Jonathan Moore. Hello. Nobody's muted on stream. Yeah. That was kind of an underwhelming start to the show. Just hearing me telling everyone, oh, if you want to go to the loo, it's fine because I'm going to shit for 5 minutes. So that's the first sentence of our New Year's show. So you're welcome. We've got Sweaty Butt Beard the Bandit. Oh, what lovely useful alliteration there. Hello, thanks for joining. We have Rock, yeah. Hi all, hi Rock, yeah. Vicky Styles, hello, distant voices. We say hello back. Oh, I miss you so much. Andrew Taylor as well. I like it. It's like electronic music sampling Kirstie. Okay, well, we need to make that now. Sam, can you like remix Kirstie into some electro at some point? Not now, obviously, but. Thanks, wonderful. For those of you who can't hear Sam, she said, yes, I'd love to do that. That's a fantastic idea. And then we've got Marsha G here. Thank you for joining, and Marshmallow Fairy as well. Hi, everyone. So yes, welcome to the first Blizzard Comedy Broadcast Avalanche of 2021. I nearly said 2011. Wrong year. 2021.
So wrong.
And I don't know about you, but I, for one, I'm fucking thrilled that 2020 is finally over, because what a year 2021 is shaping up to be already. Donald Trump is no longer the president of the United States of America. Great. Brexit was cancelled last minute. The NHS is being properly funded. Every single Tory politician has resigned in shame to be replaced by a socialist government led by someone called Jeremy Corbyn, who is like Jeremy Corbyn, but he's wearing a different pair of glasses and has a bigger moustache. The virus decided to quit while it's ahead and take an early retirement, and all cishet white men have been banned from Twitter. And best of all, we're all allowed to fuck again. So 2021 is going to be a fantastic year. In the real news this month, Elon Musk became the richest man in the world for about 17 minutes before Tesla stock crashed as a result of Tesla shareholders realizing that Tesla was owned by Elon Musk. The National Rifle Association has declared bankruptcy. They should have really bought Mayfair and Park Lane when they had the chance. Fucking idiots. Thanks to a recent breakthrough, the fastest networking site Parler has been removed from both the Apple and Google stores, as well as Amazon Cloud Services, for its role in the Capitol riots. And Donald Trump himself has been banned from Facebook and Twitter. It really is a shame that up until 2021, none of these web titans, who between them basically own 99% of the internet, could do anything about neo-Nazism beforehand. I had no choice but to continue to profit off platforming these dickheads for the last 5 years without the slightest bit of accountability for all the actions set in motion because of their inaction. If only someone had invented terms and conditions which banned hate speech and incitement of violence back in 2015, we wouldn't be in this mess now. Among the Capitol rioters police had to face were the guitarist from Ice Earth, Twitch's PogChamp, and the United States Capitol Police Force. But Joe Biden has been inaugurated now, and his first actions as president include rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement, improving protections for LGBTQIA groups, and definitely closing Guantanamo Bay this time for definite right. I promise there's going to be no more Guantanamo Bay, no more war crimes and human rights violations for the purpose of military benefits. Oh, hey, look over there. Bernie's wearing mittens. What was that about Guantanamo Bay? Over in the UK, COVID vaccinations continue to roll out across the country. Assuming nothing goes wrong, the vast majority of the population should be vaccinated by this autumn. Assuming Matt Hancock isn't fired by then, the vast majority of the population will probably be dead by summer. Happy New Year, everyone. Finally, at the end of the Brexit transition period, Britain has finally got their sovereignty back, and we have the opportunity to thrive as an independent nation. In completely unrelated news, the government advises big businesses to move jobs to Europe to avoid Brexit damages. Bloody Europeans staying over there, stealing our jobs. Leave.eu has moved to Ireland in order to keep the .eu domain. I'd argue it probably would have just been easier to not leave the EU, but what do I know? London buses have been repurposed as ambulances to aid the NHS in their time of struggle, indicating that London is now so expensive to live in that even inanimate objects need to work 2 jobs to survive. And finally, Macaulay Culkin joins calls to get Donald Trump cameo in Home Alone 2 removed on account of the Capitol riots. Has cancel culture gone too far? Donald Trump is a real human being at genuine risk of having 2 seconds of video footage from him removed from a forgettable sequel of a beloved movie, only because he is a fascist who incited armed riots and attempt to undermine democracy and overthrow all his political opponents just because he was told no for the first time in his life. Whatever happened to free speech and not being held accountable for your actions if you're rich and white? This is just like 1984. George Orwell must be turning in his grave. Speaking of turning in your grave, let's meet all of our dead inside comedians for the month. Hello. As always, we are joined by team captains Kirstie Summers and Thom B. Hello, hello, and on Kirstie's team tonight, we are joined by Anna Thomas and Ros Ballinger. Whee! Hello, hello, yes. And on Thom's team tonight, we are joined by William Stone and Katie Mitchell.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah,
welcome. Thank you all for coming on the show, and thank you for coming back, Kirstie and Thom. How are you doing this fine new year?
I've had 2 wisdom teeth removed already, so it's not been the best start, but... That's what you get when you don't go to the dentist for 7 years. So we'll tally it up to even. But I've been all right. I'm a key worker now. It's very different to the first lockdown. I'm tired all the time. But so it's the same as the first lockdown. It swings and roundabouts. I'm all right. That was the question, wasn't it? Sorry. Yes. Good. Thank you for asking, John.
That's all right. So tell us a bit about what you've got coming up. What's happening with Social Distance Warriors?
We have got our normal Thursday show where we talk to comedians, artists, bands who are all dead cool. So we got a Thursday episode with Elliot Simpson, the Fascinators, and Jordan Anthony, Twitch streamer, and many other people. And on Sunday, we've got Ros Ballinger, who's here with us today, doing a deep dive stream on Frasier called Tossed Salad and Talking Heads.
I have the link to that, and I'm going to put it in the chat. It's been my job to do, but I have no idea if you could see me or not.
We can see you. You're good.
Fucking wonderful. Lovely stuff. And Kirstie, have you got anything to add to that Social Distance Warriors stuff, or have you got anything else you'd like to tell us about? I should have checked this beforehand, really. No, you don't.
Same old, isn't it? I don't. I have problems with my Wi-Fi is what I have. That's all I have to talk about. And it was doing so well until we went live. So that's great.
Hopefully that will continue to be not continue. The opposite of that, stop being an issue. Hopefully it won't get any worse. Thank you very much for joining. We are also joined once again by Katie Mitchell. Thank you for joining. How are you doing?
Hiya, I'm all right. I went to the dentist in lockdown as well, Tom. Did you find it very strange not being touched by anyone for 8 months and then having people put their fingers in your mouth? I found it really weird.
Really weird. Really weird.
I focused very hard on the pictures of balloons they have above the chair. It was it was a fun time. No, I'm doing well. I've got
good. You have been keeping yourself quite busy with various things over the past few weeks. You have started Twitch streaming, I think, fairly recently.
Yeah, that was in late December. I've made a comedian in the video game Oblivion with like custom class and everything, which is fairly functional to play, but we're having a good time. That's like 3 times a week, and at the moment I'm trying to get some of those incredibly valuable Oxbridge comedy connections by going to the Arcane University, so that I can, meet some producers, maybe Lights president, in game.
Like the new Monty Python.
Yeah.
Wonderful stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Katie's Twitch link is in the description below, and you also have a podcast, I believe. Tell us about that. Which you did last time. But for the benefit of anyone who didn't watch the last show you were in, which if you didn't, go and watch that one. That was one of the best we've done.
Wonderful. No, I do it with the comedian Leslie Ewing Burgess, who's fantastic, and it's just very silly. If you're looking for something that's very silly and about 45 minutes to an hour and a half long, because I did an RP in one of those and made my own tabletop game, and it took too long. So if you don't like those, avoid that one. If you do like those, it's very good. I did that on one of your associated things, didn't I? You have
I think that was on Social Distance Warriors, yeah.
That was us.
I did a part 1, never came back for part 2 because I'm mysterious.
Because we tanked the game, we were difficult.
Yeah, you were too good.
Always leave them wanting more.
I've also got some Arts Council funding, so I've been learning how to be a clown.
Oh, exciting!
Which is nice.
Ooh, awesome.
Oh, I would love to see the progress of that when it happens. Thank you very much for joining us, Katie. Who else have we got? We also have Anna Thomas for the first time. Thank you for joining. How are you doing?
Hello, you're right. Sorry, I tried to be so picture and fell down on me just then. I
timed that horribly. I'm so sorry.
What did you push it down? I hope.
Not consciously, but I don't remember. I don't think I had superpowers before lockdown, but maybe I do.
That's what someone who has superpowers before lockdown would say. But yeah. Over you.
Yeah. I'm doing wonderfully. I don't think I've caught up with you in a while. Actually, have you been keeping yourself busy with any projects or anything you want to talk about, or just have you seen any nice butterflies recently? Anything like that?
Shit ton of butterflies. They're fucking everywhere. I can't move for them. No, I haven't. Actually, I've done a lot of sleeping. I'm trying to think.
We like sleeping.
I did a podcast with someone else's podcast, Annabelle Levy's, Ben Levy's podcast. She does it on about sex, crippling drugs, and not crippling drugs, sex, drugs, and crippling debt. It's about time in uni and stuff like that. But
okay.
Recent. Apart from that, a lot of sleeping and 20 million butterflies. I had a lovely time.
Fantastic. But you are on social media. Where can people follow you if they want to keep up with anything that you may do in the future?
Bloody everywhere. Let's be friends. Social media friends. Social media bum friends. Let's have a great time. So it's Anna. I should know this. It's at Anatomy. Like anatomy, but with more letters. On Instagram, and then on Twitter it's at Anna Ros Thomas. But follow me. I'll follow you. We'll have a great time.
Wonderful. Yeah, absolutely do that. And Anna is fucking great. Thank you very much for joining the show. We're also joined by Ros Ballinger, who has had your project coming up stolen by Thom in his introduction, so you're going to have to repeat that. But how are you doing anyway?
Fine, I'm good. I've been lucky enough to be working this whole time. Otherwise, I'm having a fairly standard lockdown. I've put on enough weight that I could feasibly hulk out of this jacket. So watch this space for later. Been doing a lot of jigsaws. I've got surprisingly more into football over the last few weeks than I have recently, which is hilarious because I'm friends with about 5 football fans altogether, which means that whenever I post about it on social media, nobody responds because nobody gives a shit, which I find very funny. And I have fuck all to plug comedy-wise, apart from my upcoming appearance on Social Distance Warriors this week, because I just haven't been doing anything. I've been doing other stuff because, A, because of lockdown, and B, it's probably best to leave it to the actual comedians who need the money and the work. So.
By that, you mean all of the white men who are just overconfident about their abilities.
I've been enjoying Twitch, actually. I've been enjoying Glenn Moore's Twitch stream, John Robertson.
John Robertson's is great. He's not on the show, but definitely subscribe to his Twitch. It's
Robertron on Twitch. Various other ones that are very good. So that's where I end up spending a lot of time, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Good. And Social Distance Warriors, is that streaming to Twitch or YouTube or both now? I can't remember.
Twitch.
It's just Twitch. So I assume if you're watching us, you're probably already subscribed to that. But if you're not, go and do that because you get to see a lot of the nonsense that doesn't make it into these shows usually ends up on their streams. So there's a lot of
Blizzard B-sides album.
Yeah, and a lot of nonsense ends up in this stream. So if you want that, but less good, no, not less good, but like less structured.
Boy.
I love you. I've been on the show.
It's also structured. The word you're looking for is polished, Jonny.
Yeah, polished. That's the word. Basically, if you don't think we overrun enough on these shows, go to Social Distance Warriors. They basically never stop. Well, wonderful. Thank you very much for joining us, Ros. And last but not least, we have William Stone. How are you doing?
I'm all right, thanks. Yeah. I just had a couple of extra wisdom teeth put in.
Fantastic.
Yeah, not really been doing much. I used to do a lot of sport and stuff before lockdown, and I've really been missing that. So, but I'm obviously really aware of like the safety concerns and stuff. So I've started jousting. Quite fun. Yeah. Apart from that, not much really. Just normal.
Okay, wonderful. Oh, wonderful stuff. I'm so excited to have you on the show. We were going to have you on one of our actual live shows before they all got cancelled. So it is nice to have you here in some capacity.
Thanks.
So
yeah,
thank you very much. So you have a podcast as well. Do tell us about that.
Yeah, it's called William Stone Explains, and it's short monologues about big topics, basically. All the episodes are sort of between 5 and 10 minutes. Take a big topic like bread, and I'll discuss that in 5 minutes.
About the big issues. Fucking fantastic. So, yeah, absolutely. And where can they find that?
It's on Spotify, iTunes, most of the ones.
Most of the ones? No, I think Spotify and iTunes are the main ones, really, aren't they? Is iTunes still a thing? I think it is. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you can probably get it on LimeWire if you really try, but...
Oh, wonderful. Go retro. Yeah, if you also want like a 2-decade-old Trojan as well, which will probably do nothing to Windows 10. Yeah, get it off LimeWire. Yeah, thank you very much for joining us. All the links will be in the description below, as well as a PayPal link for if you want to give us some money. Because you've enjoyed the show, please do that. That will be split amongst all the guests we have on tonight, as well as a cut of our Patreon, which you can also support us by if you want to give us money once a month instead of just randomly donating. Both are equally valuable, and if you can't afford to do that, what is also really valuable to us is if you just tell all of your friends about how great we are until you have no friends left. That will really do us a lot of good. Because the more people are watching it, the more people donate, the more we can pay people, the more we can do these shows, and we quite like doing them, and we hope you like watching them. So yeah, please do donate if you can. But on that note, let's crack on with the show. So our first round tonight is no context. I'm going to be showing the guests some pictures from the news this month, and they have to tell me what they think is happening in it. So let's start off with the first picture, please, Sam.
Is it the sort of man that Hinge suggests I should date?
Is this
I can't answer that. No, it looks too crisp to be cyberpunk.
Just me having a look at it.
Is it Where's Willy?
Remember? You go.
What was that, Anna?
Okay. I was going to say, is it actually it's just the ball sack?
Oh.
Oh god, that's
what? Like Stretch Armstrong's nuts.
Nuts Armstrong. Is that somebody? Is this what you would call maximum lockdown boredom? Somebody has either done this and/or made this terrifying feature of suburban life.
Is it How I Got Around the Hosepipe Ban?
Oh, fucking wonderful.
Is it a day in the life of the man that pops up on the side of RedTube videos?
Is it regardless of whatever is happening to that man's penis? Is he pouring oil directly onto a barbecue fire? Because if so, that's a bad move.
No, you got to fight fire with oil. That's what they say.
Oh right. And now I know where I've been going wrong.
Right, I don't know what it is, but I do want to know where you can get a Victorian swimming costume with a custom dick pouch.
You think that's a pouch?
Yeah, just kind of like no. That's why I know it's custom because he's managed to. You really slide it on like leggings, if anything.
Oh, I'd love. He's got a little garter belt on, and then it's held up like a stocking.
Yeah.
He's a very stylish man. He's working it for an audience of very few. I can only admire him.
I think is a new cartoon show somewhere in Scandinavia?
Yes, it is. I'll give you that. So that is 2 points to Tom's team.
Yeah.
Wait, is this a show for children?
Yeah, this is a new children's TV show in Denmark about a man with an extraordinary penis. It gets worse. This man's penis can perform rescue operations, etch murals, hoist a flag, and even steal ice cream from children.
Jonny, my penis can hoist a flag. I don't brag about it.
Well, go to Denmark and get a show then.
There's been many a man who's told me his penis could perform rescue missions, and that has never quite matched up to expectations.
Is this like the writing projects of those puppetry of the penis lads? Now they can't do live stuff.
They've gravitated to children's programming because that was the next logical move.
I'm suspicious because in the animal kingdom, dolphins do have prehensile penises that wrap around things. So I'm wondering, the Netherlands is quite a low country. Have some dolphins just got in and are trying their best to... What are humans like? We're in the writer's room now.
When you said they had prehensile penises, I honestly got an image of a dolphin just cracking a beer with his knob.
Who can say they've never prehensile penises alike? I sent you that video of the elephant.
You did send me that picture of the elephant, and I showed it everyone I know.
You did. You made Sam play it on Social Distance Warriors, like right at the beginning of the episode. It was like 7 o'clock. It wasn't. It doesn't start at 7 o'clock.
This is giving me a preview of what to expect later next week.
It's not a people penis. It's fine. Look, if David Attenborough can talk about it, it can go on the show.
On that note, let's move on to the next picture. Sam, can we have the next one up, please? Okay, here we are. What do you think's going on here?
Is it
how much fruit and veg I've eaten since the first lockdown?
Similarly, is this my usual diet by week 4 of the Edinburgh Fringe?
Is it the cursed hall of a wrong magpie?
That's amazing.
I believe this is the content of Dick Whittington's handkerchief.
Oh, that's just really sad.
Is it a shop?
Anna, we didn't catch any of that.
Oh, sorry, you carry on. I was just going to say, is it a snowman murder during the weekly shop?
This is what he left behind.
Is it the contents of my handbag, which I think is perfectly reasonable, and then complain when I get backache?
We should help the government once we run out of rotten tomatoes.
Down for that.
Is it £35 worth of food?
I mean, close enough. It's, I mean, it's not, but you clearly know what we're getting at, so I'm going to give you the point there. So I'm going to give 1 point to Katie, and I'm also going to give a point to Anna because I really enjoyed the jokes you made about the snowman. So I'm just going to do that. So that's 1 point to Thom's team, 1 point to Kirstie's team. Yes, this is one of the shopping baskets from the government's free school meals initiative, which is meant to be £30 per child and costs at most £6. The firm used to provide these have links to the Tory party, but I'm sure that has no connection to any of the shortchanging going on here.
Looks more like Boris Johnson's leftovers, honestly. Awful.
I can't imagine Boris Johnson having one of those tube yogurts. I don't want that mental image in my head.
How do you think he eats it? Do you think he because I reckon he puts it into glassware. I reckon he empties out his food into a little dish and eats it with a teaspoon.
Well, there's a concubine that feeds it to him that he doesn't pay minimum wage to.
I reckon he cuts it horizontally and then just goes like...
Oh, don't. That's borderline erotic.
He's probably used to imbibing substances in a sideways motion, I'd imagine. Sorry, Jonny.
That's absolutely fine.
Couldn't resist.
You're absolutely fine. At the end of that round, Thom's team have 3 points and Kirstie's team have 1 point. Yay! Next round, we are moving on to propaganda. So team members are going to be taking the roles of editors of various different publications, and they have to reimagine headlines I'm giving them in the style of their own agenda. And I am a twat and I've not opened the document that has the headlines in, so bear with me for 2 minutes.
That was a headline for a second.
Yep.
I would watch BBC News where it's just like, bear with me. It's in a different tab.
There's a great Twitter account called Hughes at 10, which marks the opening position of Hugh Edwards every time he starts a news, because he always does it like this. He's got his hands.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So it marks all of them because he does it almost the same way every time, but occasionally he messes it up just to troll with the Twitter account. So he'll do it with his hands clasped on the desk, and it'll be just people retweeting it saying it's the end times. So if you need idly amusing any given day, Hughes at 10, way to go.
Absolutely, yep. Go and follow that. Why not? So Kirstie is going to be taking the role of the Pokemon magazine if the Wi-Fi is permitting. Hopefully that will be fine. Thom is going to be taking the role of Baking Heaven magazine. Anna is the editor of BuzzFeed. Ros is the editor of Kink E Mag, which is a real thing. I did Google it. William is going to be...
Did not realise that.
I spent ages trying to find a fetish magazine that had a good name, and that was the best I could find.
Ages.
Sure. It was about the name. It was the name.
I really like how you spelt it like the Quickie Mart.
Kinky Mag.
Kinky Mag. Okay, now I'm just singing. Now I'm just hearing Who Needs the Kinky Mag. I just watched that episode today. William is going to be good old Steve Bennett from Chortle, and Katie is going to be the editor for The Sun. So this is going to be a free fall, so just jump in when you've got anything to contribute. Your first headline is: a record high daily positive test figure is reported at 57,725 as the new strain of the virus continues to spread.
Your legs may not be spreading, but you'll never guess what is.
In light of recent record numbers of positive corona tests, we anticipate 57,000 dead dad shows this.
Oh my God. That is horrendous.
Phenomenal. This secret sourdough tip will help your bread rise quicker than the positive test figures.
57,725 is near 69,000, which is funny and sexual. However, it is lower than that, which is good. I love Tories. The Sun.
Remember COVID-19? This is what they look like now. Feel old.
Spreader bar continues to be used entirely incorrectly. That's a bit of a niche one.
Oh, I like that. Okay. Any more for that? Should I move on to the next one?
Sure.
No,
Cool. Okay. Boris Johnson announces the UK is to close all travel corridors from 18th of January to protect against the risk of the new strains of COVID-19.
Top 10 British pastries to get you through the travel ban. 10, the miniature pork pie. 9, the miniature pork pie. 8, the miniature pork pie. 7, a Gregg steak bake. 6, the miniature pork pie.
Have you got more?
5, the miniature pork pie. 4, the miniature pork pie. 3, the miniature pork pie. 2, the miniature pork pie. And 1, a proper large pork pie that you have as a wedding cake if you're a bit of a twat.
Beautiful.
As Boris Johnson closes all corridors, here's our top 20 corridors. Number 8 will surprise you.
Corridors to the EU, the only corridors not seen on page 3.
Kingsters forced to adapt their masochism by failing to travel and instead visiting the Big Asda on a Saturday. Sorry.
Tell us your McDonald's order and we'll tell you which COVID strain matches your vibe.
Marketing firm rebrands butt plugs as closing travel corridors.
Oh no.
I didn't quite work out how to phrase that one, but I was
The butt plug is preparing a travel corridor.
It depends how you use it. There are various methods.
Okay.
I've not had sex in a year.
Next one. GCSE and A-level exams in England this summer will be replaced by teacher assessments.
GCSE and A-level exams in England this summer will be replaced by a star rating system.
Thousands of head teacher schoolgirl roleplay sessions now in jeopardy.
Oh, that's horrible. 2 points.
You're welcome.
5 out. Go.
Teachers make up grades like they make up long words and ethics.
5 apple recipes to suck up to your teacher with.
That's really cute.
Actually, teachers react to these assessments.
I like your BuzzFeed miming, Anna.
A very big bravado.
Because as we all know, BuzzFeed is a Thunderbird.
Is it?
Right. Go on.
Oh, I was just going to say, I've got bubble in my throat. Sorry about that. You didn't need to hear that. As exams are replaced with assessments, here's 20 hacks you can use with the pineapple. Hashtag affiliate content. Hashtag life hacks.
Right. Next one. NRA files for bankruptcy.
Similar to that, my headline is just in brackets, asterisk, extremely graphic sounds of orgasm.
We knew this was going to happen many years ago, which is why we stopped Octillery and Remoraid being gun-shaped and turned them into regular fish.
The Sun's sister magazine, Naughty Reach Around, files for bankruptcy.
I shouldn't have taken a drink when I was listening to that.
I have trod on your toes a little bit there, Kinky. Sorry about
that. Oh, we got to share the love. Well, not literally. We might all die, but other than that,
and not with the NRA.
No, quite the opposite.
What was that, William?
I said I think that's the tagline for Kinky Mag, isn't it?
Wonderful. Next one. Elon Musk spends just 4 days as the world's richest man before Tesla stock nosedives by almost 8%.
14 billion ways to eat the rich.
Man in sadomasochistic relationship with his investors gets roundly fucked.
Self-made man is probably still doing okay. Numbers are hard.
5 low-effort bread recipes to making that diamond mine his parents own.
We compare an 189.7 billionaire with a 176.2 billionaire and find out they're both cunts. No numbers, apparently.
Okay, and lastly, the Parler social networking service goes offline after Amazon discontinued providing cloud computing services.
Largest dissolution of our soul since the closure of Torture Garden. Again, slightly niche, but yeah. You get it, you get it.
I feel like if any audience gets it, this one will.
Probably.
I'm sorry. Oh.
I'm done.
Sorry, podcast. Parler. Go. Oh, you.
Too polite on this stream. It'll be more aggressive.
Parler sees its user base like we prefer our flour, strong and white.
Since Parler has been taken offline, right-wing comedians have been forced to test out their new material on their ex-wives.
Oh. Yes.
Oh,
Freedom of speech platform, unfreedomed by self-made entrepreneur. Wait, whose side are we on?
Right, any last ones before we finish?
Tell us your favourite Disney film, your mother's maiden name, and the meaning of life, and we'll tell you which social network you should go on and be a racist fuck on next.
Fucking beautiful. Okay, at the end of that round, I am giving Kirstie's team 11 points and Thom's team 9 points, which conveniently evens out to 12 points each.
Oh, how convenient.
How convenient.
How convenient.
It's not my fault. That's exactly how funny you were. I used a proper formula to measure it. Coincidence.
The Bennett system.
Jonny is about this.
Wonderful stuff. Okay, we are going to have a 10-minute break now. So for the act, if you want to go have a piss or do any of the things suggested in Inky magazine, you can do so as long as you're properly socially distanced and do that within 10 minutes. And then we will see you for the round 3 in about 10 minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to chat shit with the YouTube chat. So,
my YouTube chat.
Bobby Ann Jones says you are also funny. Thank you, Bobby Ann Jones.
Hi, Bobby.
Thank you, Bobby.
Thank you for joining. The problem with reading these now is I don't have the context for a lot of them. Rock here says that's 2 months shopping trip at uni minus the booze. I'm assuming that's in reference to the £30 free school meals thing.
Can I just say that comment was by someone who I have seen eat a slice of pizza out the bin.
Oh God, disgusting. Oh, so it's his fault COVID's here.
I have no recollection of this, but in my Facebook memories the other day, apparently Charlie fed me a custard cream he found on the union floor. And I don't remember that happening, but I posted on Facebook about it. I must have been really fucked. But like this was in uni when like a pint was $1.90, so reasonable.
I just realized we are like 15 minutes ahead of schedule. This has never happened before. We're definitely going to lose some time.
Yeah, I haven't been able to speak. My internet's fallen apart like 5 times. Like we've had zero me content up until now.
I'm like only here for the chatting section.
I appreciate my team for like holding their own without me while I had no fucking clue what was going on. Thanks, gang.
You were there in spirit. I just have to look at your face. You're fine.
I was definitely there in spirit, but like every so often I just hear like a massive laugh and have no fucking clue who said what or what was funny. At one point, Thom went, "Oh!" and I really want to know what wound him up that much.
You don't know about that wound up noise.
Moore says he's got a forewarning of good punchlines because his brother's stream is slightly ahead of his. That's fucking beautiful. I like it. So you know exactly when to laugh and when to not laugh. That's wonderful. Dylan says that sounds more like the sun. I've no idea what that was in response to.
Probably naughty reach around.
Probably, yeah. Marshmallow Fairy, my Christian dad isn't listening this time. I mean, I have no idea what Torture Garden is. And then Vicky Styles says, all I know is that I must never Google any of the jokes I don't get. I'm so sorry, Vicky Styles.
Very, very wise.
What about your Buddhist dad?
Yeah, Marshmallow Fairy, what does your Buddhist dad think of Torture Gardens?
Oh, if
Weirdly,
it helps. If
go
it
on.
helps, my dad has seen me do stand-up about these topics, and against the odds, we are still speaking. So there is hope yet. It may still be able to happen.
That is wonderful. Yeah, I'm fairly sure the first time I properly actually expressed that I was bisexual in front of my parents was when I was doing a bit about it on stage. Like, I feel like I wasn't very subtle about it, but I never really mentioned it to them before. Luckily, they were fine with it. Otherwise, that would have been a very awkward car journey home.
I accidentally sort of outed myself in The Guardian last year because
like an old-timey wedding proposal.
Little bit, because like I've been out to my parents for a long time, but like in very sort of standard, like mildly conservative kind of southern upbringing, never speak about it ever. And then I did The Guardian blind date in the first lockdown because I was just really bored, and I got paired up with another woman, and I met this woman over Zoom, and I've not really told the rest of my family that I like women as well. So it must have been a bit of a weird surprise for them to open up their newspapers or go online and say, oh, okay. She likes the women. And it was really funny, actually, because I got a few texts from like my dad and my mum and people, because the date didn't go that well. She gave me a 6 rating. I know, I'm much better than a 6. But I found it really funny that like a few weeks after I did it came out, and I got a text from my dad saying, "Oh, we've just seen you in The Guardian." That was it. I didn't do anything else. Like I appreciate that. That's a very nice sort of subtle lack of detail that I appreciate the context of. Thank you for not humiliating.
If they were using the Steve Bennett system, then a 6 is really good. So
that's true. Thank you, Will.
You've got to put a positive spin on these things, haven't you, really?
And then I was minute taking for a very important university meeting, and one of the top people who should have been concentrating in the meeting sent me a Zoom chat message saying, "I saw you in The Guardian, that was amazing." I'm like, "Thank you, but like, shouldn't you be concentrating right now on like major university policy?" I didn't say that because I want to keep my job.
Marshmallow Fairy just said, weirdly, it was my dream to go to, I assume, the Torture Garden as a young adult, but right now I'd be okay with any human contact outside of my work.
Or just a garden. That'd be nice.
Yeah, just a garden, be good, just anywhere. Victoria Bliss is very glad to hear your voice again, Kirstie. I say that as I don't know if you're actually here because I'm looking at the YouTube stream. No, you're not. Well, fuck you then. That's fine. My Spreader Fairy says, I kissed my girlfriend at my brother's party with all my family there. I think they understood. Yeah, you'd think so. That's not the most subtle thing in the world.
Hi, Faye, I love you.
Oh, fantastic.
I basically outed myself to my grandparents through snide remarks when they were ever so slightly homophobic. Like, when my granddad was quite ill, because I naturally stand with my hands on the hips and I'm quite, jaunty. It's not the word. And my grandma, while my granddad is actually dying next to her, just can't turn around to me, "Don't stand like that, Tom. You look like one of those." And wow. all I could think to say was, "Oh, you should see how I stand behind him."
Beautiful. I am going to grab another drink and then we can resume. So back in just a moment.
I'm going to do the same. Get some more water.
Do this thing.
Oh, nice one. We can talk about them now.
Yeah. bitch about them. I don't have anything in the background because I've not decorated this room yet, so I look like I'm just coming out of the void.
I have a clock so that we have constant continuity on the stream.
I have this is Donald Jr. over here. My aunt crocheted me this tissue box cozy. It's supposed to be Miss Piggy, but it looks like Donald Trump, so that's Donald Jr. I'll bring him a bit. He's a bit covered in shit because he's been on the top of this thing since April, but that's him up close.
Wow, okay.
And then on that side, I don't know if you can see it very well. There, that is the only photograph taken from the housewarming party that we had when me and my housemate first moved in together. So not this flat, but our last place. And it's everyone sitting quietly watching us dance around in our underwear. It's like one of my favourite photos.
I've not had a housewarming for my new place yet because I moved in the middle of lockdown. But when I do, taking notes.
You're gonna take a similar photo, and we'll compare naked housewarming party dances.
I've got a big kitchen. We can do this. It's all good. Have we seen the crocheted Bernie Sanders?
Oh, it's so cute.
It's so adorable. It's so wholesome. Oh, I loved it.
I got myself a green screen to make it look like I live in a bedsit in Brighton.
So realistic. It's very impressive. I did enjoy. There was quite a few people, quite a few women on Twitter complaining about how Bernie Sanders was looking grumpy, like, oh, it's the first woman of colour in leadership, and he's looking like that. I was like, sorry, are you telling Bernie Sanders to smile more? Is that what is currently happening?
I still hope that he turned up with like packages and stuff, though. Like almost like sending that message of like, yes, the inauguration is part of my day, but it's not my full day. I've got other things to do.
He's a busy man. He's got errands to run.
Apparently that like the brown package was what the tickets come in, which is like, why do they have A4 tickets to the inauguration? Is it like a big check?
That's actually how they did the inauguration. They gave Joe Biden the key to the city.
Right, we are all back now, so we can continue with the show. But first, I want to remind everyone this is a pay what you want show. There is a PayPal link somewhere below. I think it's either in the description or the comments. Either way,
it's in both. It's probably easier to find in the description because the chat will have buried it by now.
Fair
and
enough.
I'm no longer logged into the Blizzard account or my account. I had to close everything in order for the Zoom to work. So,
that's fine.
so
you can do that, or you can also find us on Patreon, and you can give us money there, which will come to us once a month, which is very handy. Yes, and also follow us. We're on various social media things. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Obviously, you're here. And we are also on Twitch. We've not started using it yet, but we are going to be migrating these shows over to Twitch at some point in the next few months. So please do give us a follow on there. It's just Blizzard Comedy, one word. Just so you're ready for when we start streaming on there. We will still be putting content on the YouTube once it's been recorded. But yeah, if you want to see it live, you have to go to Twitch from like April. So that being said, let's move on with the show. Our next round is This Just In. Each team is going to be given the first sentence of a new story and has to carry it on line by line, person by person, until I tell them to stop or Thom fucks it for his team. So we
said we weren't referencing what we did in the pre-record.
That wasn't in the pre-record. That's just been in like at least 3 previous live shows.
I'm not good at this game.
No, you're good at this game. You just always end it the same way, and then I penalise you for it.
I have not done a now back to Jonny with the weather for 3 months now.
No, because I'm conditioning you to not do it.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to start with Kirstie's team. Which one do I want to go for? Okay, your first line is: a man got a huge picture of Boris Johnson tattooed on his stomach and says he has no regrets. Oh, sorry, I didn't tell you in order. We'll go Kirstie, Dana.
It comes as no surprise to learn the man has also tested positive for COVID.
His wife, to whom he's been married for 47 years, had some opinions about this. She said,
you know what? I didn't like your belly button before the tattoo, but now... And then he went on to...
get a matching tattoo in the same place of...
Bolsonaro on the back of one of his legs. On the back of his other leg, he tattooed...
a bum. We don't... Getting it, walk up, a bum on the back of his leg. But you know what? Underneath the bum, there's a lovely motto.
It is a declaration of his commitment to turning his entire body into just a tapestry of arseholes, starting with Boris, moving on to a literal bum.
Yeah.
He's expressed a vague aim to go meta with it and tattoo an actual arsehole onto his neck, but he has so far not found a tattooist who is willing to fulfill that brief, whether due to COVID or otherwise.
But after COVID, you know what? Bumholes everywhere, left, right, and centre. He's thinking of extension to his skin, another arm just right by you, just so we can get some extra bumholes. The light says, this is the dream.
I'm going to end that there. That was a beautiful poetic way to end it. Lovely stuff. That was absolutely fantastic.
Lyrical stuff.
It was. Yeah, it was good.
May I make a formal request to rename Gammonfish into A Tapestry of Arseholes?
You may very well do that. I will decide when I inevitably bring it back. Okay, moving on to Tom's team now. So we'll go Thom, William, then Katie. And your first line is... I can find the first... There we are. An investigation has been opened after a manatee in Florida Florida River had the word Trump written on its side.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yes. Yeah, no, I read that terribly.
No, it wasn't that. That can't be real.
An investigation has been opened after a manatee in Florida River had the word Trump written on its side.
Because it was in Florida. Of course that happened in Florida. That's where everything happens, such as...
It's believed that the obsession with Trump is because people in Florida are in an Echo the Dolphin chamber.
A+.
I didn't really give you
however, some people have argued that it's actually a game of manatee telephone game.
When asked his opinion on having Trump's name brandished on his side, the Dolphin said,
"Ow,"
which translates to...
Yeah, initially I wasn't a fan, but I did some research, and actually, you know what? I think he's doing a lot of things for fish. So I'm well into it, and I'm quite annoyed that manatees aren't allowed to vote. But then again, there is a lot of gerrymandering going on, and I'm not sure this should be a priority. But if we could get that scene too at some point, that would be great. Cheers, the manatee.
Cheers, the manatee is name.
Yeah, he was just signing off.
Oh, okay.
Right, I'm going to end that one.
They emailed him because of distance.
That was good. I think I'm gonna give Kirstie's team the points for that one, purely for the cacophony of arseholes I've got in my mind now. So that's 3 points. 3 points to Kirstie's team, leaving Kirstie on 15 points and Thom on 12 points. Moving on to the next round, we have Fake News Detectives. I'm going to be giving each team 3 headlines. 2 of them have actually been published. 1 of them is one that I've just made up, and you have to identify which one the fake one is. So, Kirstie, your 3 headlines are: suspected burglars arrested after calling police by accident, Jane Austen, the MMO for socialites, shuts down, and geologist finds incredibly rare lump of volcanic agate rock, which looks exactly like Donald Trump.
What's an MMO?
A massive multiplayer online. Oh, fuck's sake, I can't pronounce it.
Massively multiplayer online role-playing game.
Yeah.
Follow-up question: what's that?
Like your
Warcraft shit.
Warcraft kind of game.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, I got it. I'm too cool for that sort of thing. Yeah.
You're too cool. You're too cool for a Jane Austen RPG. Yeah.
I mean, that does sound amazing, to be fair.
It does. Like, I want that to be the lie, because I hope it's still up and I can go and hang out with some literature nerds after the stream.
Play it on a Tuesday.
I wonder why it was shut down. Was it just like, I guess that's a massive copyright infringement.
It turns out it was full of racists and it went down with Parler.
I love if that's where they fucking planned to riot. So it'd be amazing.
All of Parler went to this Jane Austen game, and all the actual literature people were like, "Shit! All the Nazis are here now. Best just to burn the whole thing to the ground and start again."
I don't know if they're anything like my mum's book club. They probably wouldn't have let the Nazis get a word in because they're just too busy getting trashed and talking about each other's children. So
like, enough of your white supremacy, please. I need to complain about my daughter's life choices.
Yep, pretty much. Or based on what I've heard being yelled through the kitchen door for many years. All the other ones, suspected burglars arrested after. I think that's probably true because burglars are fucking idiots. So I
think that's like so true. I don't know if it'd make the news. Like,
I don't know.
Like, who hasn't bomb dialed the police?
To be fair, I do some deep dives for some of these research. Like, some of them are just like very weird local newspapers, and some are very niche topics. So,
how do we feel about the volcanic rock that looks like Donald Trump? I believe Donald Trump's melty orange face looks like a lump of rock you'd find spat out of a volcano. But again, I don't know if that's infrequent enough an occurrence to have made the news. I'm sure there are lots of lumpy bits of rock that look like Donald Trump's face.
I'd just be assuming he was a rare lump of volcanic.
Yeah.
I think that one is the false one because I think the Jane Austen one is so obscure. I think it has to be true.
Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't put it past Jonny for the story to be like Bronte sisters MMO for socialites shuts down, and Johnny's been like, I'm going to change that. But equally, every single episode, I talk myself into thinking all of them are false and then all of them are true. So if you guys think it's the Donald Trump one, I'm happy to go with you on that if that's what you think. Do we think it's the Donald Trump one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the fake one.
You've got yeah.
So you're going for Donald Trump as the fake one?
Yeah.
I think Anna is starting to doubt it. So
Anna, if you want to make a case for another one before we confirm our final answer, go ahead.
No, because I'm looking at the others. That, like you said, the first one sounds very plausible. Of course, they're going to bum dial. And then Jane Austen. Well, it's got the word MMO in it, and that sounds like plausible.
I am going to put you out of your misery and just say you went for the Donald Trump one because that is, in fact,
Hey!
I couldn't stomach to see you talk yourself out of it when being so close.
Okay.
A pair of burglars. This was actually in Wales. Accidentally called the police on themselves with a pocket dial, which immediately gave the police all the details.
Oh, Anna, you must be so proud.
And they were probably arrested.
In a lockdown.
And yes, Jane Austen's MMO for socialites has shut down. It was first kickstarted in 2013. Suffered a postponed launch, and I think they were just struggling with funding, basically. In December of last year, they announced they were going to be shutting it down, and then it shut down early this year. No geologist to sound any rocks that look like Donald Trump. So
hang on. So an MMO that's been like struggling but like powering through, shut down this year when like no one can leave the house and has all the time in the world to fuck around on an MMO.
Yeah, well, I think it was just I think they underestimated how much it costs to run and sustain an MMO. So, I think, there were enough people interested in it that it did make gaming news. I
mean, but bless them for trying, I guess.
Bobby Ann Jones says, if the MMO does exist, I hope it is ironic. I don't think it is, purely because they kickstarted it in 2013. I figured if it was ironic, they would have given up before now.
The people who made it weren't ironic, but all of the Kickstarter backers were. They're like, yeah, I'll sarcastically pledge 50 quid.
Okay, moving on to Tom's team. After I give you the points, first let's do that. So leave that box in the spreadsheet.
There's a spreadsheet.
Yeah, there's a spreadsheet. I'm getting serious. Tom, your 3 headlines are: woman fined after walking husband on a lead and telling police he was a dog.
Stinky bag again.
Launches £177 fragrance that smells of fat-bottomed girls. And Massachusetts lawmaker to poll citizens for an official state dinosaur.
All to be true.
Say this every time.
Definitely dinosaurs to be found in Massachusetts, from what I remember of being obsessed with it.
I believe that because Massachusetts Rex just sounds right. So it'd be a wasted opportunity, really. I mean, is Brian May that much of a dickhead? Probably.
But he seems to be too busy with like badges and space to do.
Yeah,
is my instinct. That's the one I
Too
think
busy
is
with
false.
badges and space.
he does fucking love
What a
space.
sentence.
Isn't it? Yeah, he's got a doctorate or something.
Yeah, yeah.
He doesn't specify the species. I mean,
Like fat-bottomed badger girls.
They make the badger world go round.
Fat-bottom badger girl sounds like some 2003 internet bullshit.
Fucking Weeble tune, but gone lewd.
Woman fined
Badger
after
girls boots with the fur. That's what badgers want.
Woman fined after walking husband on a lead and telling police he was a dog. Again, that sounds too plausible to even make the news.
I think I might have seen a video of someone doing that in Whole Foods America.
Oh yeah, I've seen that as well, actually.
Okay, so that might narrow it down a little bit.
Oh,
But
shit,
that
sorry.
narrows it down. If you've seen video evidence it's real, chances are it's real.
Sorry.
But I mean,
To be fair, consider the source. I've probably seen more videos of that sort of thing than average.
Ah, fair.
I'm going to shut up
Sweaty
now.
Butt Beard the Bandit just says, so you're not allowed to walk your partner anymore. How sad.
I am leaning towards the Brian May one being false. Do either of you have arguments?
I think that seems like the fake one.
Yeah, that's the one I think is fake as well.
You're going for Brian May?
It was actually.
You are correct. That one was the fake one. I'm tempted to give you a bonus point because it was actually a fragrance of. Hang on, let me find the thing here. Yeah, Brian May has launched a new fragrance, but it is badger scented, and you kind of touched on that. So
Who wants that?
So I'm tempted to give you a bonus point
Badger.
just for reverse engineering the actual story there. Yes. So a woman in Canada has been fined for breaking COVID curfew by walking her husband on a lead. Tried to get away with this by claiming her partner was a dog, as dog walkers were one of the groups exempt from the curfew. I don't know if that's a kink thing or if he was just like, I really want to go for a walk now. How can we get away with this?
Jonny, it's probably a kink thing. This is just a guess.
Well, that doesn't explain shitting in the garden, though.
And yeah, a Massachusetts lawmaker has decided to let citizens vote on their official state dinosaur. The two candidates selected with the help of local paleontologists are, I'm going to butcher these pronunciations, Podokesaurus hollyokinesis, a small bipedal carnivore first discovered by Mount Holyoke, and Ankylosaurus polyzealous, which just sounds like a Greek god of spiders.
Sounds like a Discord server.
Sounds like a zealous polyamorous relationship.
Yeah. A slightly larger long-necked herbivore found in Springfield, of all places. So at the end of that round, Kirstie's team is still in the lead on 18 points and Tom's team on 16 points.
You're welcome to take away a point for our team for me accidentally breaking the game earlier. Apologies for that.
And if I could trade in my extra point just for a bottle of the badger scented perfume instead. Like, I don't know if a point is worth £177, but if it is, I'll take it.
The exchange rate between. I mean, give it a few more months after Brexit truly knackers the economy, it might be worth that much.
I'll tell you what's happened. Not only is Brian May in lockdown and bored, didn't he? He recently had an accident where he cut his arse open, didn't he? With
didn't
he pull his bum muscle
Something
doing
like
some gardening?
So he's sitting down.
I think it was featured in like our first show.
I'm pretty sure that was a story that was in this game.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, I know this one. I know that story about Brian May's bum.
Right, coming up with a badger scented perfume is only the sort of thing that you could come up with in lockdown and with an injury to your ass. Like those are the ingredients that made that, plus whatever is in the sweat.
I'm concerned about how much time he spends smelling badgers that he's gone, you know what? People should smell like this.
Not this one. This one. This is the one.
Potato.
I missed that.
I'm so rich that I could publicly indulge in my weird interests. Just fuck it, I just love badgers. How much badger shit can I make?
Right, moving on to next round, we have Dickhead of the Month. So this one, each of our guests is going to have an uninterrupted minute to make their case for who they think should be the first Dickhead of the Month of 2021. And I will be awarding points to whoever I think makes the most compelling argument, and also some runner-up points for whoever else I want to give them to. You don't need to know behind-the-scenes stuff. So we're going to start. Let's start with Katie. Katie, who is your Dickhead of the Month?
Confection.
Confection. Okay. Your time is starting as soon as I set up the. I forgot to do. There we are. Your time starts now.
So I've got some Arts Council funding and I'm using it to go and learn to be a clown. And I'm doing it in a circus space, which is a big glass box which normally has aerial in it. And the thing is, it's winter with no insulation. And so we put the heating on and all of the hot air just rises straight to the top. And I spoke to the owner and I was like, do you have any like floor heaters? And she was like, well, I do aerial, so it doesn't bother me. If you do want to climb up the silks and hoops and stuff, you're allowed, like, you can do that. I can't do that. I'm on the floor being a dickhead and I deserve to be warm like anyone else. Like, I'm not flexible or strong or beautiful or cool enough to climb up a big length of cloth and then just go and be warm in the sky. I've just got a clown car and thick socks and it's annoying. My Dickhead of the Month is Confection.
Wonderful. I'm tempted to give you a bonus point there because you were exactly a minute. But
was I?
Yeah, I will revisit that at the end. Wonderful. Yeah, compelling arguments. I would disagree. You are definitely beautiful and strong enough to do that. But otherwise, yeah, compelling argument. Okay, moving on to Anna Thomas. Who is your Dickhead of the Month?
So my Dickhead of the Month is those poopery sprays. So we got one in the house recently, right? And like all the family's using it. It's a lemon sprayed one. Thing is, I never knew how awful it'd be to smell a nice smell, right? And then be like, oh, what's that? Oh, someone's just had a shit. It smells like lemon limey. I'm never going to be able to have a Sprite again. And it's like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've looked online as well, and they do, like, chocolate and, like, cookie flavours. Like, who wants that? Like, you know, estate agents going to start using that. So, you know, when you're, like, showing people around the house, oh, hold on, I'll just go have a shit, make it smell of cookies, not having that. It's sorry, right? So at first I didn't know. I just got introduced into the house. I found there was this alien smell. I was like, what's that? We got a new cleaner. That's lovely. What's that? Oh, it's shit. Like, it's almost like, you know, like you hear something nice, like a harp or something, you follow that sound, it turns out it's like, I don't know, a pile of dying cats or something. Or like garages and things like that. You know, when the desert, it's like them, like instead of, you know, them thinking they see water and then they go closer, there's nothing. It's like that, but if they went closer and it was just a pile of shit. And it's like, you know, I've never wanted to smell shit and go, that's lovely. And I'm thinking, is this the way people get into scatting? Because you know what? That's fair play. Good on you.
Okay, that's your time. As much as I'm enjoying hearing about that. Fucking wonderful. Okay, next, William Stone. Who is your Dickhead of the Month?
My Dickhead of the Month is a month, i.e. January.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, okay.
Extra points for going below time.
Yeah, why not? Wonderful, short and sweet, love it. Kirstie, who is your Dickhead of the Month?
My Dickhead of the Month is the book that I'm reading right now.
Okay, carry on.
Okay, so for a start, it's 808 pages long, and I don't know why I did this to myself. It's fucking enormous. It bothers me because it's written by a middle-aged man from the perspective of a teenage girl, and he clearly does not know what it's like to be a teenage girl, but like all over the cover of the book it's like, this is brilliant, he's got so into the psyche of a teenage girl, and I'm reading it like I've been a teenage girl, and no, he hasn't. It being a book about 16-year-olds, it's far too horny to be reading at a time when it's illegal to touch other people. I regret that. Also, what's irritated me most is that it's like done this weird experimental thing where it's doing like an A page and a B page. So facing pages will be two separate stories. And it wasn't like that from the beginning. The beginning was a normal book, but 200 pages in the middle is this weird bit where you have to jump between pages, and I hate it. And I'm counting down the pages until I'm past that bit and it goes back to a normal story. But I'm also sort of afraid that it'll do something different, weird and experimental, and I'm not here for it. But I'm one of those stubborn people that when I start reading a book, I have to finish it.
Okay, that's your time.
And I've got like 600 pages left.
Wonderful. I was convinced you were just going to say your internet again, to be honest. But yeah, no, that sounds fucking annoying.
I feel like that would have been reasonable, but I already wrote out everything that I hate about this book that I'm determined to finish for like 450 more pages.
Good luck with that.
Thank you.
Bobby Ann Jones says, "Oh my God, Kirstie, I didn't know you could read."
Straight to the jugular there.
Yeah, yes, yes. Right, Thom, who is your dickhead of the month?
My dickhead of the month is the tobacco industry, or as I know, Big Sig. This is because I've been smoking about 20 days since I was 15. In 2 weeks, I'm 31. So that's like almost half my life, and that's too long to do fucking anything. So I'm finally trying to quit. And I've been in love with smoking forever. But the tobacco industry lies to you, right? Because nobody told me it's addictive. Like, I did not realize if I quit, it wasn't just a case of stopping, and I feel like I've been lied to. Also, right, I'm using these nicotine patches. What the tobacco industry don't tell you is that they fucking burn like ants. They're ridiculous. And as someone who has tactile hallucinations, like that is something that's already ruined watching Patrick Swayze and Ghost for me. I don't want it to make me feel whether or not I'm recovering or relapsing. So yeah, fucking sick. I've been unbearable to be around for the last week that I've not been smoking, if it's not obvious.
Wonderful, that's your time. Again, pretty much exactly on. Yeah, I'll give you a bonus point for that. I should say bonus point within the context of the scoring of this round, so it doesn't affect the final scores. But you can just feel good about yourself.
It's a multiplier on 0.
Yeah. And last but not least, Ros Ballinger, who is your dickhead of the month?
My dickhead. Oh,
you okay there?
Sorry, everything broke immediately.
That's fine. We've still got you.
Oh, good. Oh, it's working. We're working. We're good. Oh God, hang on. Sorry, I need to put in like a little code for this. Is riveting stuff. Sorry.
That's fine. I've not started.
I got this code that's
honorary dickhead is that code.
The dickhead I'm about to talk about. Clearly, you knew I was about to talk about it.
I thought you were going to launch into a bit, and everything was the dickhead.
So my dickhead of the month is a gentleman by the name of Robert Peston, who looks like if Harry Potter had gone into marketing. He is the political editor of ITV News, and he has become quite prominent over the pandemic for just acting like a massive dickhead in the guise of holding the government to account, which he does not do. So some highlights of the last few months of Robert Peston having a prominent voice in the news was peddling the herd immunity myth about a week before we went into the first lockdown in March. At one point, he was talking about COVID cases in a home for sort of intellectually disabled people and people with mental health issues, and referred to them as inmates. And was never pulled up on that at all in the mainstream media, and never responded to all the criticism of it at all. He repeatedly kept briefing ahead of government briefings about what the next lockdown was going to consist of, as if he was a fucking movie trailer. So he's very fond of his own career ahead of people's safety and well-being. He defended Boris Johnson, who allegedly naps on the job every day, by saying, "I once napped in a meeting with a leader of the opposition, so I don't blame him." He did something terrible as well. Oh yeah, yesterday he didn't understand why a picture of a reflection of Boris Johnson in a mirror wasn't showing the camera. This is a man who earns hundreds and thousands of pounds a year. And there was one other thing that I can't remember, but he's a knob. He earns £100,000 a year. He's so awful that the main person who now holds the government to account in the media is Piers Morgan. That's how bad things are.
Yeah.
And to sum up, I once walked past Robert Peston on Hampstead Heath walking his dog, and I didn't know it was him at the time. And I wish with all my being that I just yelled at him and sworn at him, because I could do that now, but it's lockdown and I get arrested. Thank you.
That's your time. Wonderful. Oh, yeah, lots of compelling ones there. I think I'm going to give the full points to Anna for that, just for a very delightful exploration into the world of scats. That's 7 points to Anna. And, I mean, I'm torn between who gets the runner-up, but they're all in Tom's team. So I'm just going to give Tom's team the runner-up scores, and you can decide amongst yourselves which one of you got that. So that's 3 points to Tom's team. So at the end of that round, Kirstie's team is on 25, and Tom's team is on 19.
Jonny, have you changed the scoring system slightly? Because I feel like what used to get like 2 points now gets like 5.
Propaganda, I did like a cumulative scoring, so I just gave Mark's suggestion.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where a lot of the extra points have come from.
If you want to give us some of your points, that's cool.
Yeah, if you have too many.
Sorry, Kirstie, you always say the points are in the final round.
They are, and I assume they still will be, unless like Jonny's doing a little bait and switch where all of the points are in the middle rounds just to fuck with me.
I mean, I didn't do that consciously, but I feel like I wish I had.
But then you would still win.
I believe it is time for another break now. It is. So we're going to have another 10-minute break. Fuck, we're doing so good for time. We're like half an hour ahead of schedule. Oh, God, this is amazing. This is like the proper New Year present that I've been waiting for. I might actually get to bed at a reasonable.
Don't say that, you've jinxed it now.
No, yeah, I definitely have. I mean, like, the next round is the one that usually takes the longest. So we'll see.
It's the filibuster round.
Yes, so the... yeah, we're going on a break now. The next round is going to be the great debate. Now, we do welcome audience interaction for this round. So each guest is going to be taking on a different role and going to be discussing a big news topic, which this month is going to be the impeachment of Donald Trump. So if you have any questions to pose towards any of the guests, please feel free to put them in the chat, and I will try and get them to I'll try and incorporate them into the round, just to like sort of make sure that you can feel included. And also it means I have to write less questions, so it helps me as well. But yeah, we're going to go on a break now, so we will see you in 10 minutes. I mean, I'll see you now, but I'll see the acts in 10 minutes. You all have to stay. If you leave, I will bar you.
Katie, can I just make a quick comment on your Decade of the Month? So I used to do aerial and searches. It was what I did before stand-up comedy, and what that person gave you is awful advice. That's like climbing without warming up properly in a cold space is why I now do stand-up, because I tore all the cartilage out of my knees.
Ooh.
It's like, that's awful advice. So like, Convection might be a dickhead, but she don't know into herself.
No, I was actually forbidden. I'm forbidden from touching anything in there. The hula hoops, literally the hula hoops are zip tied together, so you can't even get a hula hoop just to have a bit of fun.
Where's the space?
It's a Circus Hub in Nottingham.
The
woman who runs it is lovely. So I'm just running around on the soft floor being a wanker. I've nearly hurt myself quite badly because I had to have a fight with myself, and I got really into it.
I've injured almost every part of my body due to surgery. I used to do doubles rope, so I've dropped people on their heads too. So I give it out as well.
Katie, would you do Gollier, or are you not interested?
I'd love to. A lot of the comedians I like have done Gollier.
I do hear he's a massive knobhead, though.
Yeah.
I imagine that's part of the course.
A lot of rounds of old hat are.
Yeah, my tutors studied under him. Or not tutor, the lady I'm devising with, Natalie Bellingham. She did like a course with him, and she's done a little bit of like the dickhead teacher. And so I would like to. I don't have 15 grand, and I don't have rich parents to pay for it for me. Yeah, and you have to live in France for a year minimum. So that's why all the people who have done it also coincidentally like went to Cambridge or like very fancy.
Yes, the ones I'm aware of who've done it. I can tell that they have 50.
Yeah, so I kind of like being like, I am a horrible little clown, but I didn't even go to Gollier. I'm just cool naturally.
Well, that's great. That's a great clown, though. That's a really good clown character. Just like this scrawny little, I'm just as fucking good.
That's a point, actually. I never thought about this. Has anyone done, like, Gollier as a clown, like full Inception mode. That must have happened at some point.
It's definitely happened at some point. But
I'll be Googling this later.
No, I've
Nick
seen
Sheridan
the
has just said,
videos. I was gonna say I've seen videos of like inside that, and he's just going like, "Boo! Shit! Get off stage! Refund!" And I'm like, "Oh."
I think one of my least favorites is I've got a friend who did. I can't remember which clown story it was. It was one of the French, and they were telling me about like they did this emotional memory thing, which is where you have to go on and like recall the most traumatic memory that you have and basically break down emotionally in front of everybody so you can remember how it feels so you can do it on command. It's fucking mental.
Yeah, clowning's fucked. It's one of the
I've heard about
it's
that.
basically abuse clown school. It's
I
Don't tell Katie
underestimated
that.
how like exhausting and emotionally exhausting it would be. I haven't had much of that because kind of the physical theatre and clowning and like towards making a show. But I have had the thing where she's like, you put on stage and you're not allowed to plan and you just like make me laugh. And she's like, my teacher was just glaring at me the whole time and I have to just
that one.
fuck about. I did it, but then she just did a small chuckle and I was like, right, I need a proper laugh. And
it's so
didn't work. I just started crying. I was just like, but the thing which made her laugh was when I was running out of like ideas and I was like, I'm gonna cry now. And that was the part she started laughing at. So maybe I should just do that professionally.
Nick Sheridan said, I look forward to the days when Piers Morgan is 100% wrong again.
Yeah,
that has been one of the weirder things to come out of like the last year.
Him holding the government to account vaguely successfully says everything about everybody not doing that and nothing about him personally.
Oh god, like he still talks utter shit and is still like
he's a wanker.
Yeah, still like proper transphobic and a lot of.
I remember something else infuriating that Peston did. Around that time, it looked like we get no deal with the EU. He did that sort of anonymous briefing for the government thing and said, "Oh, it's looking like we're not going to have a deal." Oh well, literally what he tweeted, and just and as people pointed out to him, if Jeremy Corbyn had been responsible for creating a no deal, would you be reacting in the same way?
Yeah.
Knobhead, I hate him. He needs to retire.
Also, Nick Sheridan has got a redacted message that just looks really mysterious now. I like to assume...
Is he libeling Robert Peston?
No, I think it was the Piers Morgan thing again, but with a typo in it. I've got it open on my phone because I can't be logged into the Blizzard account to share the things. I can't have YouTube open on my computer, but it works on my phone for some reason. I think it was just the Piers Morgan thing again.
I was just assuming he was going to talk shit about Thom.
I mean, we can do that while he's getting a cup of tea. What does everyone like the least about Thom?
Katie, I see you're also drinking dark fruit. Snap.
Hey.
This is the last one I've got.
Same.
That tastes of being an undergraduate. Strong dark fruit. Just
that's clown undergrad. I feel like should be getting. I was supposed to be at clown school today, but like snow and traffic and shit. So, but I didn't drink these last night like I could have done because I was like, I don't want to be hungover and trying to be creative.
Oh god,
terrible.
That sounds awful.
But I could have had them. But here, it all worked out in the end, didn't it?
We've had a comment in the YouTube chat saying, "Pick on Thom." Yes.
Pick on Thom.
I was just going to say, like I like my new place a lot better than my old place, but one of the downsides is that I don't live anywhere near any real good boozers. Like, so like the off license has like just the bare minimum, and there's a bargain booze, but it's really bad for beers. Like, it's quite good for spirits and that kind of thing, but I'm generally for like beers and ciders, it's fairly there. So that is the one thing I miss about living in central Manchester, that there's a lot better variety of beers there.
Yeah.
Where do you live? Where have you moved to?
Winton.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, moved in August, September time.
I have 2 bottles of Polish vodka in my freezer that are my sort of break glass in case of emergency booze.
Is that Zabrovka?
I don't know. I'll have to check. It's like the good stuff. frozen on the advice of the Polish people I know, because I've tried it. It works. It actually tastes nice, unlike English vodka, or English solid vodka.
Oh, do you have to like put microwave? Is it? Well, no, you can't put that in the microwave.
No, it doesn't freeze. It's
it doesn't
too
freeze,
high alcohol
the alcohol
content for it to freeze.
Isn't English vodka white lightning?
Gotta say, after Sweaty Butt Beard the Bandit says pick on Thom, yes. Bobby Ann Jones just says Thom has great hair.
That's what I was trying to think of something. He's got great hair, cool glasses.
Yeah, and Victoria Bliss says justice for Thom, he's a good egg, and then felt bad about saying that because Thom's vegan. So
tell you what I hate about Thom, his wisdom teeth. Oh shit.
I hate his methods for dealing with his wisdom teeth. Literally, the first episode of Social Distance Warriors, he was having issues with his wisdom teeth, and he made a concoction of mouthwash and a bunch of disgusting stuff, and he drank it.
Oh, crap.
And it was horrible. Well, he like swilled his mouth out with it, and then he regretted it and like couldn't speak for like 10 minutes because he was busy going. And then we said we would like check in
mouthwash and salt.
We said we like antiseptic and things, and we're like we will check in with Thom and his gammy teeth, like as a joke, and like we are still checking in with Thom and his gammy teeth. It's been like 9 months. Like you could have got a baby out of someone in the time it's taken him to get his wisdom teeth out of his mouth.
I love that phrasing, got a baby out of something. Come on, out you come.
Just gonna nip to the loo before Thom gets back. No particular reason, just because then I'm not delaying anything further. I'm not going to the loo to
It's okay, Jonny.
Going to meet Thom.
Go and do a poo. It's
to the shared
I'm not gonna
universe.
judge you.
No, you have to hold it and back.
This is going to make me sound like Piers Corbyn, but like, I read somewhere that mouthwash was being tested as some kind of COVID antidote or something like that. Isn't that right?
There was
no idea.
There was a news thing that came out.
In a minute.
There was a news thing that came out either right at the beginning of the month or just before Christmas, which is that mouthwash could be seen to kill COVID bacteria or something like that, and kill the virus. But it was one of those news articles just like, well, kind of, maybe. We don't know, but we think.
Yeah. The sort of thing that the racist gammons that periodically march through Manchester, politely escorted by the police, would yell at you.
Yeah, it feels a bit like, I think it can help cure COVID is the new will give you cancer.
Yeah.
It's just like slap it on anything.
How were they when you were getting your teeth out, Thom? Because I just went in for a checkup and I was in and out in like 4 minutes, so super efficient. But they were just in like regular PPE. But I saw someone going down a corridor, presumably into operating theatre, and they had like full like rubber thing around their head, which was clear on the front, and then an oxygen tank on their back.
It wasn't quite that BioShock, but it was kind of like, it was full face shields, all that. But some of it, I mean, they were also drilling into my face, so it could have been for that anyway.
God.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was. I had to ask really nicely to use the toilet because I'd come straight from work and there's no public toilet, so I was just like, I will wee myself in a chair. I'm already scared, and so they let
give you a
me.
little cup to put it in.
But no, it was all right. I was in. Out. They were very, very on it, but I suppose they have to be, don't they?
Did you feel completely just off your face, or were you?
No, it was like, it's the stuff they inject in your gums, and it's like me, and I'm a bit of a dickhead, so I was sat like a rock because they put more in there, so I couldn't feel anything, and I was just making wisecracks the entire time.
Oh yeah, no, I did that when I was giving blood recently.
Just trying to make casual conversation to make it less awkward that I can see like stitches coming out of my face.
How do you make casual conversation when someone's got their fingers in it?
I was thinking.
I mean, this is
practice?
me. I'm very good at holding a conversation with stuff in my mouth. It's one of those natural skill sets.
When I was a teenager, I had braces, but in order for all of my teeth to fit in my mouth when they were straight, I needed to have 4 teeth removed. And when they took them out, they did it on 2 separate times, one to get this half out and one to get that half out. And the first time I went in, they went to inject my gum with a local anesthetic, but basically they like pinched the gum skin like that. And instead of injecting the needle into my gum, it went through the skin and they shot the anesthetic into the back of my throat, but I couldn't like react because there was still a needle through my gum. So I just got what tasted like fairy liquid just shoot me in the back of the throat. And I just had to like sit there until this guy pulled the needle out, laughed about it, and then got me some mouthwash, and then just went, oh, well, round 2. And I'm like, no, I apologize for that. But I was like 15 and terrified. And I was just like, that was the most traumatic thing. Oh my God. And yet I still just went along the following week to get like my second lot of teeth out. It was horrible. I'm so glad I never have to have that again.
But you see, like that's the thing about it.
Dentist halfway through.
It's not working out. Bring in the other one.
Like that's the thing that like I hate about the dentist though, because like I go in there with this fear, and I always feel like I'm going to be seen to by like from Steve Martin, Little Shop of Horrors or something. But I have to do it. It's like
you're worried someone's going to gas you and kill you?
Yes, yeah, all time. Yeah, pretty much all time.
Someone's going to gas you, and then you're going to be fed to a giant plant. Fair enough.
Yeah, no, that yeah.
I've heard weirder things.
The state the NHS is in.
Sorry?
The state the NHS is in.
Yeah. Chronic underfunding of plants. That was a tip. Ignore me.
I'm scared that the dentist will think I'm licking their fingers.
Yeah.
I'm just like, like, oh, I hate it. Same with the hairdressers. I think I'm always scared they think I'm enjoying it.
Oh yeah, no, I've made some noise, particularly the last one I had. So I've not had my hair cut in so long, and I obviously barely left the house. And I did make some noises that I think I was given the side eye on, because it feels good enough not in a pandemic when you're away from everyone all the time, and then they're just there and just did I mention I've not had sex for a year?
I will say though, I do prefer the dentist to the opticians, because the opticians also get close to your face, but the dentists have definitely brushed their fucking teeth. I've had so many dentists with rank breath. Oh, your dentist didn't used to wear gloves. What did fish hook in you?
The Jehovah's Witness thing.
Oh. But like the name.
I had a couple of teeth out under general anaesthetic when I was 15, and in hindsight, far more grateful for that than to have like the drill treatment.
It's really fun. You can't feel things. It's just afterwards it hurts.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Where are your wisdom teeth? They're like there.
Well, they're right at the back. They're the kind of big molars that look like that.
I've not been to the dentist in a long time, so I'm hoping that everything's fine. I guess I'll find out.
Are we ready to resume?
Yes. I believe the teeth chat is concluded.
As I will ever be.
Fantastic. So our next round is a great debate. As I said before the break, each guest is going to be assigned a character they have to play, and we are going to be discussing the big news event of the month, which this month is the impeachment, or basically what should happen to Donald Trump now, because he's a fascist. And we have joining us, we've got Kirstie is playing Nancy Pelosi. Thom is playing Macaulay Culkin. Anna is playing. I didn't give you a Nazi this time, Thom. Calm down.
No, you just gave me someone I look like, and we'll hear about this all month. Thank you.
To be fair, I think it was just like you were the leftover one. I was like, who else can I put in here? And then I saw the Home Alone 2 thing. I was like, yeah, Macaulay Culkin, that'll be fun. Anna is going to be playing Donald Trump. Ros is going to be playing a unnamed Capitol rioter. William Stone is playing the creator of Parler, and Katie is playing President Joe Biden. So thank you all for joining us. Obviously, this is a very controversial topic we're going to be discussing today, so I'd like us all to make an effort to hear each other out and have like a proper debate and not just like shout over each other like often happens in these situations. So the topic of discussion is specifically what should happen to a member of our panel should he be impeached. So we'll start off fairly hearing what Donald Trump has to say. So Donald Trump, do you think you should be impeached?
I don't know if I've ever told any of you before. I do actually come from Llanelli. You know what? I'm the best president going. Ask my mother. I have a Wikipedia if my mother's alive. Who does that? But you know what? Fantastic. I'm the dog's bollocks. Why would you get rid of me? A dog once pointed at his bollocks and went, you know what? That's you. Fantastic. Why? All star to me. Thank you. Bring on the ladies.
Yeah.
Very compelling argument, Trump. So thank you very much for that. Learning new things about you every day. Okay, so conversely, let's talk to Nancy Pelosi now. What are your views on whether Trump should be impeached or not?
Trump should absolutely be impeached. We have impeached other presidents over so much less, over like one little lie about something that didn't kill millions of Americans. And something about not alienating Republicans. I don't actually care. I realize I have to talk about uni like I give a shit about their feelings. But like, just yes, please. Please. I've got the paperwork ready. Can we just go? We just go. I'll just do it really quickly now. Really quickly now.
What she said.
Wonderful. Yeah, I was gonna move on to you next, Mr. President. What are your views on this? Do you have anything to add to?
I've removed half of Donald Trump's law. Oh, sorry.
No,
president. So,
That's
but anyway, I've removed half of Trump's laws, and I've removed his Pepsi button. I don't see why I should remove his pension and flights and any semblance of good reputation he had left. Impeach this mother Jeffer. Cool.
Very poetically put, Mr. President. Thank you. We've got a few more people on as well. So let's move on to Mr. Culkin now. Now, what are your views on what should happen to former President Trump? Now, should he be impeached or should he be otherwise punished?
I just think we've got to be careful because we don't know what Trump is capable of. When I met him on the set of Home Alone 2, he actually took me aside and said, "Listen, kid, how do I jerry-rig the White House with paint cans to keep out them libs?" We gotta be careful. Gotta be careful.
It's okay. We found where he hid that. It was in the Winston Churchill bus we chucked in the bin.
Did you find the nails in the stairs?
I'll keep an eye out. I'm wearing. I have heard about them though, so I'm wearing very big shoes, like what goths wear.
Oh, I'd love to see Joe Biden in like proper Doc Martens. That'd be great.
Yeah, just demonias, mate. Proper.
Demonias.
All
right.
Springs. And...
All right. Fucking flashing your money.
Yeah, who cares that I bought a Rolex? I'm into goth shoes now. Fuck it, let's go.
Okay, there's still a couple we've not heard of. So, Ros was actually one of the rioters at the Capitol when all this was going down. So, you sort of experienced. Well, you were part of what is potentially getting the former president impeached. Do you have anything to add to this discussion? Do you think it's fair?
First of all, I object to the phrase rioter. I think that's inaccurate. I was just having a lovely day out in Washington, D.C. with my friends Brogan, Chadley, and QAnon fan 69. We were just having a lovely time sightseeing, and we got caught up in watching what was going on, and it was just a big crowd, and we ended up kind of being hustled in because it's difficult to fight that amount of people, even though I was trying extremely hard to fight that amount of people. And I was quite nervous, so I had sweaty hands, and I'm very health and safety conscious as well, so I was just inspecting the fire extinguisher, just making sure it was working, and because of my aforementioned sweaty hands, it fell out of my hands, unfortunately, into a window, which then unfortunately smashed on a police officer. # Blue Lives Matter. And then unfortunately, again, the crowd was so strong. I ended up getting whisked up onto the balcony because there were lots of people there that were sort of climbing on top of each other, not in a gay way. And I'm all man. I'm all fully man and not insecure about anything. And then unfortunately ended up getting arrested. But I'm an innocent victim of all this, as is Trump. Trump is a family man. He is just a noble, honest Christian man. And if you don't agree with me, then come and fight me because I'm in your back garden.
Capital.
Right,
I love you. I love you.
Mwah, mwah.
You're not me, but I love you. Keep doing what you're doing, but please keep what you're doing.
Do I get
If you could leave your name, telephone number, and email, we'd love to talk about that more. Maybe your mother's maiden name, home address, fingerprints.
It's okay. I'm going to get a pardon from
shoe.
President Trump, so it's fine. Like, it's not going to be an issue, right, President?
Left, right, and centre.
I don't have any to give out. Sorry.
Oh no, I meant the real president.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna revisit that in a minute, but I want to talk to this last guest, because this last guest has also sort of suffered some of the blame for the events at the Capitol. So I'm interested to hear what the CEO of Parler, who I've got on good authority, is the comedian William Stone, the proper free speech advocate comedian William Stone. What are your views on this? Do you think Trump should be impeached, or do you think he should face any consequences for his actions? What are your thoughts?
Let me just stop you there, Johnny. My name's Chad. I don't think we should. I don't think we should impeach the president. I think it's a bad start. If we had to stop people, every white guy that was inappropriate with women, we wouldn't have a UK comedy scene. And also, I feel like, impeachment is basically a kind of censorship, which I don't believe in. Conservative voices like ours, we're being censored all the time. I'm censored all the time. I spoke about it on Twitter. I spoke about it on Good Morning Britain. I spoke about it on Parler. I spoke about it on Facebook. I spoke about it on the Lorraine Kelly show. I spoke about it on YouTube. We can't get a word out.
Cancel culture is what it is.
I feel it more being held responsible for your own actions. Like, I'm not, with the sexual abuse allegations, which didn't go anywhere. Oops.
Wonderful. I might advise the president to possibly not.
Fuck it. Donald Trump got away with grabbing pussies. I can make one. It's fine. Where's Goffy's? It's whimsical, innit?
The American political system. Oh, well, he's doing it.
I'm doing it less.
Okay.
I have fewer allegations. Hi. I'm your best option.
I've been collecting them. You could never beat me on the allegations. Left, right, and centre.
You do have a point there. And tell you what, can they never beat you on the crimes as well, Donald? Yeah? Most crimes? Yeah? You win. You win at crimes. Yeah, you're winning at crimes.
Nice one, Nancy.
Can you hear that? The sound of my success.
Your success at most crimes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey!
Got the
drinks on me tonight, Nancy.
Okay. We've got a lot of interesting developments here. Just want to remind everyone in the chat that if you do have any questions to ask any of our panelists, please do pop them in the chat, and I'll make sure they are fielded to the appropriate candidate. So I just want to go back to Donald Trump for a minute there. So I just want to say, in your answer before, you kind of glossed over any of the actual things that happened. So I just wonder, do you not consider yourself to be in any way responsible for what happened at the Capitol building, and indeed the 5 deaths that occurred there?
I've been responsible for many things. You cannot say that. I've never been responsible. At least 10 things. I can count them on my hands. Responsible. Come on, you can always say that. Look at me. Have a look at my history. Responsibility. You know what? Joe Biden would never have stopped them eating egg mayo sandwiches on buses. I stopped that. Well, this equality stuff. Oh, well, you meant to concentrate on that. If there's people
I'm big into the egg industry. I'm going to give them, I care about American jobs, specifically those of egg-laying chickens. And I am ambivalent about them unionizing, and that's the best you're going to get. So
I don't believe in chickens. They were put out there by big farmers.
Very good stuff. It's that kind of sharp, quick wit that we need Parler to stay open for the voice of the people. That's me, because my Facebook and my Twitter.
If we give you back Parler, will you let us impeach him, please?
Yeah, if you have Parler, you could just say that. It's fine. You really fucking cesspit like 8chan or whatever, which my grandson told me about.
And we've got the Brits on side on Parler, like real forces for good and excellent conduct, like Ben Bradley and Nadine DeReese, Steve Baker, and the guy who.
This is me being allergic to that bullshit.
These are good, honest, strong, people that we need on side to defeat the mainstream elitist Q supporting twat bags that are in power.
I'm totally in support of Parler being open, as long as you don't update your security measures so everyone can see the full names, addresses, phone numbers, driving licenses, and every message, including private, that's been sent. I think that's a fabulous idea. And at my FBI, what I've got now, Trump is well into it.
Because my supporters have the best names going, the best addresses. You're never going to find any better. Oh, you want to compete?
Tell you what,
yeah,
prove
but not many
it.
states.
Put them all on a list. Chuck them my way, and I'm sure you will prove your point with evidence. Put all their social security numbers, addresses, phone numbers, everything. Put it on a list. I'm sure you're right that they are the best ones, but if you put them on a list for us, we can verify it. Yeah.
Okay.
UMP.
Okay, we've kind of lost track of the conversation here, so I just want to bring.
No, that's not like us.
Trump, do that, never.
So I just want to bring this back to Chad, was it, CEO of Parler? I wanted to talk a bit about something that we kind of touched upon just now. So obviously Parler's whole sort of ethos is based around the kind of sort of freedom of speech and those kind of values. I just wonder, do you have any policies in place, or do you think that freedom of speech has a limit? Like, at what point, if someone said, for example, I'm going to stab your dad with Thom B's dick. I don't know that.
I don't think that would cause much damage.
Is he still attached? Joe Biden's question.
Would that be grounds? Would that be grounds for, you could say, censorship or just some kind of intervention in order to protect people?
Look, Jonny, I apologized. I don't know why you have to keep bringing this up. I apologize, okay?
I'm not. This is just I just want to hear your the kind of psychology behind your views. I held no resentment for what may or may not have happened between my dad, who usually watches these, and Thom.
Sorry, I was just listening to the Joe Rogan podcast. What are you saying?
That's all right. I think we've probably heard enough from you now. I'm kind of interested to hear more from Macaulay Culkin about some of the the kind of Trump that we haven't seen, that we don't know, the Trump from the 90s that everyone, I don't want to say loved, but tolerated and gave money to. What was he really like? Tell us about that.
He was exactly the same as he is now. He just got to do it more secretively. That's the only difference. And I know a thing or two about secretive weirdos, and Donald Trump is one of them. That's all. He's a monster, and he always has been. And just now that he's done it on a public stage, we're just like, oh, you can't have your telly show anymore.
Hey, Macaulay Culkin, who do you want to replace Donald Trump in that 2-second clip?
Nancy Pelosi.
How
That
do
would
you
have been a
think?
choice as well.
Alan Sugar.
No, Katie Hopkins, like someone who was on it but isn't it.
Was Katie Hopkins on The Apprentice? I didn't know that.
She was. That's how she got famous.
Oh,
That's how our great leader got famous.
Right. Oh, we've had a question.
As the president, I'd just say cringe. My great grandson taught it to me. I'm very old. That's the joke. Hi, I'm Joe Biden.
I'm sorry, 8chan still broke me.
It has a habit of doing that, yeah. Victoria Bliss has a question. Do you think Trump should be in any other fruits other than peach? Which ones? I'll leave that open to the panel.
I'd be quite happy to put him in some rotten tomatoes.
And I would use that as compost and come out stronger. I'll be the biggest tomato in America. Together, we can tomato.
I agree that he shouldn't be shouldn't be impeached in that way because we would overturned Georgia, so you can't be impeached now. Georgia peach is its state fruit. I don't know how common knowledge that was halfway through, but I have peaches now, motherfucker.
Like the presidents of the USA, which you are.
So I've heard. I have to be reminded. I'm old. Hi, I'm Joe Biden.
Okay, well, final question then before we wrap up this discussion. If Donald Trump isn't impeached, or even if he is, what do you think should happen then? Do you think he should face any other punishment for his crimes, or do you think we should just let bygones be bygones and fascists walk free? What do you think? An open question to the panel.
I think he should be free to live his life, to pursue his dream, and to please bail me out of jail.
I think we should invoke the ultimate punishment and take him out of Home Alone 2, but put him into Home Alone 4.
I'd be quite happy for him to be granted the honor of being the first man on Mars. Like, I'm not going to bother sending like oxygen or food or anything, but if he could be on a different planet, that'd be great. That'd be great.
It would match his face. Oh,
yeah.
I mean, I couldn't resist that.
Now that Paul is gone, he's banned from Twitter. I think he should be the new Thom from MySpace.
Uncanny.
I don't know what any of you are talking about. I'm still president. I'm still here. Can you not see the way house behind me?
And the real president is going to put you in preferably a questioning room and get you to spill all of the stuff on Russia from the first impeachment, which we should have done then.
Yep, in the Guantanamo Bay that's definitely closed now.
Yeah, it's closed, but only because of COVID and social distancing. So it's got reduced hours and mail order waterboarding.
I tell you what feels like Guantanamo Bay, the jail I'm currently in. Please bail me out of jail.
Right.
I just don't even do mail order waterboarding, just one moist tea towel at a time.
I love that you've downgraded your plea from like pardon me to just pay my bail.
You got to have realistic expectations.
Still won't even do that.
You got to check out the waterboarding in California. It's perfect. The waves just come in. It's incredible.
Ultimately, I know that Q is going to save me, but he's got a long-term plan, but he's not going to reveal himself yet. So I just have to have more realistic goals currently. But
from start.
Time is coming.
Okay, thank you very much for that discussion. I believe I've decided the scores now. So I'm gonna give 1 point to Tom B for the which means third place. For the incredible Macaulay Culkin secrets revealed. So one there. In second place, I'm going to go for William Stone, who is also on Tom's team. So that's 4 points. But I've got to give first place to Anna Thomas for the impeccable Trump.
Holy fair.
7 points to Anna.
Anna's a sloth. Oh.
I'm the opposing team, and I would have been angry if Anna didn't get the win.
As soon as you pulled that out, I have a bright orange cow here. We should swap because Joe Biden's grey and yours is orange. Can we not just like?
The same cow.
Oh no, I think it's a bit different. Oh, sorry. Oh, my one goes.
Fake news.
Mine does. Oh.
We must be friends after this. We've both got cows.
We already are now. We already are.
Yeah.
I like how as adults we still make friends as if we were 5, just like we are friends now. We have the same stuff down.
See anyone? I've got to do anything.
Fine, I love it.
So at the end of that round, Tom's team have 23 points and Kirstie's team are leading with 32 points.
What?
Yes, that's how this is working. But as Kirstie rightly says, a lot of the points are in the last round, so there's still everything to play.
Not that many.
You definitely caught up from like when I was at an 11-point lead once and took over somehow just in the last round. Like I'd smashed every other game so far, and then the last round, I remember being particularly offended by that one.
So our next round is things that would be funny if they happened, but they didn't. This is a non-existing game that is not famous on another panel show, where I'm going to be giving the panelists some scenarios, and they've just got to come in with their suggestions, and then I give points to the ones I find funny.
Johnny, can I just say, I don't think anyone's mixing this up with Mock the Week. There are women on the show.
And the women's team are winning as well.
Yeah, that is a very good point. Yeah, but we're definitely not that show. Something else, I've forgotten what that was.
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, that's all right. I was probably just going to start the game, to be honest. So your first category is rejected Cadbury's Cream Egg advert.
It's that same one that made the homophobes angry, but they're eating out of each other's arseholes instead.
You know how hard it is to get chocolate out of silk suits? Cream eggs for throwing at Tories.
And this is based on a promoted ad for a man who now features in the current Cream Egg adverts. Gary Barlow frog marched to HMRC to pay his taxes to the tune of a classical tragic remakes of ABBA's Money, Money, Money. Pay your taxes, Gary Barlow.
That's just it. That's the whole advert. It's just cream eggs going, pay your taxes.
Pay your taxes. Oh dear. Sorry, Johnny. I keep accidentally slandering people. Although in my defence, it's all true.
Ross, I have shared many a wine with you. It's never accidental.
The new face of Cadbury's Cream Egg, Priti Patel. Brown on the outside, white in the middle.
Very good.
I thought you were going to say
slime. Get your egg slime. It's sweet. More viscous than you might expect.
Oh. I cream, you cream, we all cream. Oh no.
Cadbury's Cream Eggs. How do you eat yours for under £35 a week?
Or somebody biting into a cream egg and accidentally getting on someone else's face, and then a voiceover saying, "Don't worry, it happens to a lot of people."
Premature ejaculation.
Just the staple of Mark Mellman winching going, I'll never tell.
Chicken.
Good.
Any more? Should I move on to the next one?
Can I just have the noise? That's it.
Yes, you can. Okay, next one. Things you didn't hear at the Capitol riots.
Security.
It smells lovely around here. It smells absolutely gorgeous.
That's. I was going to say I enjoy personal hygiene.
I think you'll find it's about ethics in gaming journalism.
Oh! This is the Capitol Hill riot. I thought I was in the queue for CEX.
Come on, lads! It's shirts versus skins.
I actually thought the purge was rubbish.
I've worn all my animal skins. I feel a bit overdressed. Does anyone have a spare crap t-shirt?
You like my Horizon Zero Dawn cosplay?
Lost on me, that one.
I enjoyed it, so it's fine.
You got to play for the host.
Yeah. Any more, or just move on to the next one?
Solid offerings there.
Okay, next one. Unlikely pitches for the next Muppet movie.
Muppet baby boomers.
Muppets do Lars von Trier.
Muppet Love Island! Yeah!
Oh, I'd watch it. I would absolutely watch it.
Me too. This is a wish list.
Bert and Ernie in Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Muppet versus Jar.
Muppet versus what?
Jar. If you don't know it, good. That's better for you.
Google this afterwards.
Gonzo Unchained.
50 Shades of Muppet.
Oh, God.
That'd be far better than the original. Or Home Alone, the Donald Trump cameo in Home Alone 2, but replaced with the Muppet of your choice. Happy to open the floor to your choice.
Waldorf finally gets vaccinated.
What was that, Tom?
Waldorf finally gets vaccinated.
What about Statler?
No, he's under 75.
I think you should say he died of COVID, which is just really dark.
No, I'm not doing any Muppet death jokes because that will make me upset.
Sorry.
Oh.
While we're on
do
that
have
topic,
standards here.
Rolf the dog stars in Marley and Me.
Fucking hell, all right.
Destroying your childhood, one gag at a time.
Driving Miss Piggy.
Can anyone top the Marley and Me one?
No, not me.
Okay, next, final one. It's getting close, so everything to play for. Unused Biden executive orders.
Pair of new rocks.
We established he definitely does have plenty of new rocks. This is
We're still
already
waiting.
Someone said something about
Still
a cat
waiting for
boy,
the
and I don't
name.
know what that is.
Executive order to finally indict Ted Cruz for the Zodiac murders. Which he definitely did, despite not being born when they started.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Cancelling The Apprentice.
If only. Executive order banning Lawrence Fox from Twitter and throwing him down a well. Please.
Banning Guantanamo Bay.
Oh.
Anything left of centre.
Executive order that the first Americans to receive the vaccine to be over 100 so they can skip the queue.
I mean, there's been loads of unused executive orders. He's forgotten most of them.
Executive order to have bimp toe button.
where Donald Trump's released the hounds button used to be.
Yeah.
Executive Order 66.
Where all the Capitol Hill rioters turn. That's what it was the whole time.
Executive order 69.
It doesn't do anything, it just says nice.
It's just,
I mean,
That's
a
actually an
jacket,
Attack of the
box
Dolls.
comes up and just says nice.
I mean, realistically, it should just like legalize weed everywhere and expunge convictions. It's not funny. It's just what
Pretty
you
much.
should do.
Yeah, it is what somebody should do, but he won't.
My executive
Fine.
order is that you are all hereby allowed to legally get wasted. Exactly like that.
Decrease
He's
the
gonna
amount of
have a-
drone manufacturing.
Okay, any more before I announce the final scores?
Socialized healthcare?
Yeah,
For
he's
Tom
probably getting-
B's
it's
team
just a
to
wish
win the
list.
Blizzard Comedy Avalanche.
Right, Tom, you're losing all the points you got in.
Oh, no!
I'm not doing that. No, I'm not doing that. But you're also not getting a point for that one.
That's very fair.
Okay, I'm just gonna send the final scores to Sam and make you dramatically wait for it.
Is there a prize?
No,
Pride. No, there's not a prize.
Bragging, right?
Think some kind of tournament for the finalists, like university.
Yeah, like best of. Can we get all the winners come back at the end of the year,
Yeah,
and we
like
get some of the
Taskmaster,
Brian May.
Compete over a Brian May fragrance.
Okay, so before I announce the final scores, I just want to thank everyone who is still watching, which is 17, which is quite impressive given how many tangents we went off then. So thank you all. Just remind you that if you have enjoyed what you've seen tonight, please do, if you can afford to, put some money in the PayPal link or subscribe to our Patreon. All the acts appearing on the show tonight will be getting a split of they'll be getting the PayPal money will be split purely amongst the acts, and also 40% of our Patreon money each month goes into that pot as well.
We get travel expenses.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, please do that, and also follow us on social media and tell all your friends about us. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, and the other one, Patreon, all under Blizzard Comedy. So yeah, please go and do that. So I can now reveal that the final scores are fucking close. Tom's team have 42 points, but Kirstie's team just win with 43 points.
Oh my god!
Oh no, I'll take that. That's one hell of a climb back.
Yeah. For a lot of the last round, Tom's team was in the lead, but Kirstie's team did manage to bring it back right at the end. So yeah, that was quite intense. Thank you very much, all of you.
Meaning of life number though, I'm well happy with that. 42 is a good score to have.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wait, no, I forgot to take that point off for that cheeky joke at the end. You only got 41 now.
No.
What Jack on screen?
So I guess in the Blizzard finals, Katie's not getting our badger scent then.
Can I just mention? I just googled it. The badger scent costs £177.
Yep, that's how much it costs.
That's about like the Blizzard split, isn't it? That's what you told me.
Okay, but Ross, how much do badgers cost? Just trying to work out if you could get.
It depends on the quality of the badger. I can only imagine.
Tell you what, though, there used to be badgers on my uni campus, and I used to go for these like long walks in the middle of the night because I was weird. And like one time I was walking around like my uni campus, and like what I thought was a bush just got up and ran at me, and it turned out it'd been a badger the whole time. It was terrifying.
What you should have done, Kirstie, is kidnap it, milk it for its scent, sell it for 170 quid.
Well, what I'm saying is probably a lot of people died in the harvesting of this smell.
Isn't that the thing? Because like badgers' jaws lock, and so you're supposed to tie some coal around your ankle. So then when the coal cracks, it thinks it's broken your bone and it'll let go.
That sounds like such an old English folk tale.
It's super old English folk tale.
That's the most obscure thing I've learnt in years.
Love
and I'm
it.
taking that to every pub quiz I ever go to, if there are ever pub quizzes again. That's
like how do you trick a badger into thinking it's broken your leg? Take some like. What?
Now I know why I've been carrying coal everywhere with me. Makes sense.
I just avoid the badgers?
I'm just trying to get the points back for badger facts, but clearly it's not fucking working.
I'm not changing the points now. One other thing I wanted to say as well, we have a Discord server now, so if you would like to hang out with all the regulars and everyone who uses Discord on the team and Axewise, you can join that. I'm putting a link in the chat now.
I was going to say there's a link in the description in case that one gets buried.
Yeah, we might. Are we gonna? Some of us gonna stay on in Discord and have like a little after party as such? Yeah, we'll do that.
You might have to tell me how I do that once we're off air.
That's fine. Yeah, I can do that. Well, yeah, okay, we will be in there. There is a voice channel in the Discord called Blizzard Comedy After Party, so we will be in there. You don't need webcam to go on there, but you can do if you want. And yes. So, I should tell you about the next show, shouldn't I? That's the thing. So yeah, we will be here again on the 22nd of February with Umby Winters, Ash Preston, Khaled Winter, and Sean Davies, discussing the news of the month of February, including Joe Biden gives all Americans a new puppy and forget about all those concentration camps. Boris Johnson holds an independence referendum for England to get out of the UK and rejoin the EU. And Elon Musk asked Jeff Bezos to lend him $4 billion so he can temporarily be the richest man again and conveniently pay him back. Good night, everyone.